All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I am finishing out the AI sector, looking at SoundHound and Big Bear AI. If there are any other AI stocks I'm missing, please throw them in the comments, okay? I think someone just gave me a new one earlier today, and if that's correct and there's others, I would love to add them to the weekly rotation, all right? I definitely am a big fan of these AI stocks. I've made two videos where AI is wearing a crown. I'm not here to pretend I'm not really into the hype. That said, if today didn't do well, I was very much ready to talk bad about these stocks, okay? As much as I love the sector and all that, I love my indicators, all of these that we're looking at, way more than any single stock or sector. All right. Being above the 8 and the 20 really means more to me than any hot sector or what I consider the king of, I'm serious, and I will do my best to stay as unbiased even in these AI stocks, okay? Because look, I could very well be foolish and at end of the year, all of these are horrible and tank. But that doesn't mean I'm going to lose a lot of money on that, right? Because I'm quickly going to eject because of my technicals and then we'll laugh about it as we're making money in other stocks, right? So we're not here, we as me, right? I'm a single person here, right? But we're not here to be fanboys. We're not here to like close each other's eyes and pat each other's backs and say, it's okay, just average down, keep throwing your hard-earned money, average down, it'll turn around. And then a year later or whatever, you're down 70%. That's not what these videos are about, okay? So I for real was ready to bash these AI stocks if today didn't deliver. All right. So that said, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, share, comment, anything you can do. It really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But hey, even just being here and giving me your time is beyond appreciated, okay? And I am not perfect. I am not all-knowing. So yeah, if you disagree with anything, I'm not here to hate. I'm just here to have an educated discussion with you. You know what I mean? So let's get going. Look, there's a lot to like here, okay? We break all the moving averages, all right? So I at least know in the back of my mind it's possible, right? We unfortunately can't make the run we want, but look at that. The 8 moving average does its job, right? We literally hit and bounce it. For me, that's huge. I like knowing that these two critical lines are my friends instead of my enemies. And the way you do it is you show that first bounce. Because look at this thing, right? It wasn't that long ago. We literally could not get over the 8 for our lives, right? There was this little thing and this was the only moment for a while before all this sustainable up and now the first bounce, right? So I like that. I also like seeing this 20 go from down to kind of starting to actually curve up. Oh man, this is a slow moving line, right? The 8 is gonna move a lot faster than the 20, right? So if this bad boy can start following up as this thing, which has already went from down to up, right? If this guy can follow, ooh, that's nice to like on SoundHound, okay? MACD is definitely in the positive. That's good. More importantly, green is over there in red. I like that. I see red over green. I wish that was a little better. But hey, volume hopefully is picking up. We're back to over the average. I like that. Volume is king. Breaking average is how you make it king, right? So some plenty of things to like on the daily chart. We for sure need confirmation. All right, we just smashed 2 moving averages because we were still over the 8 right here. So we broke 2 moving averages. Hopefully we can take out this 3 line. I would really like to take out, and honestly, I don't even think we have, 3's about 50% of this candle. I do want to take. I think we have to go to 3 tomorrow for me to feel some good confirmation. What did this day close? Oh, yeah, you close at 276, so we're over that. What did you open at? 279, we're over that. I love that we're over those 2 lines. It should hopefully mean that we actually hit $3 tomorrow. And look, breaking this plateau will take us to this plateau right here at 385. Breaking this will take us to 460, right? So a couple steps to get to here. And honestly, I think I'm going to draw that. I think there's enough of a plateau there that it's probably, and look at that. I just arbitrarily clicked, in all honesty, and you can see I get the top of that candle, 50% of that candle. I wanted to be in the thick, and I think that's actually a really good line for in the thick. And honestly, that's almost perfect spacing between that, kind of a good 50 right there, right? So 308 break, and you can make a nice little run to just under 5. That's a beautiful little swing right there, right? So what does the weekly look like? Okay, interesting weekly, all right? Obviously a doji. So the doji is always going to say that this one doesn't count, and we'll see what next week brings, okay? But I like that the doji is on the 8, right? To me, that should say the next week might actually even eat a lot of these candles and bring us to 375 or 379, excuse me. So this is an interesting weekly. At the same time, this doji might very quickly say, you know what? Nah, that's bullshit. And we're going to come down here to 50% candle. But I at least am liking this. It looks like the weeks of volume are getting better. Hopefully we can keep that and at least get into a little bit closer to that, like 110, 120 million shares by next Friday. But yeah, looks like we're going to end with a doji here, which should mean next week will be really indicative of how this bad boy is going to look, all right? BBAI, come to BBAI. Again, looks pretty technical. Obviously, we had the noise from the 2 AI days, but we're at the bottom. We break these. We go to the top, which is basically this moving average. It hits my line, right? But I'm pretty sure I just drew that line from that candle right there. But let me make sure. Is there another? Yeah, I think that line is from right there. There is definitely a boom, 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 right? And what I really like, again, just what we just said, doesn't quite bounce as well on the 8, but look, we lose it. Don't confirm that it's lost. We actually go on up and take it back, right? So just like the last one, I can already tell we're over that. Are we over that one? What did this open at? Opens at 250. We close at 251. Hell yeah, by a penny, we're over this line, and we're obviously a bunch over that. So again, it seems like this should come to basically 50% candle, maybe 280, give or take. I'd love it to come to 3, don't get me wrong, right? I don't know if it's going to completely go to the 50, but again, red might be a quick green, right? So I would look more at 280 than I would at 3, but again, yeah, hopefully 3 hits, and shit, why not? Again, we see a doji, but I don't like this doji as much. I definitely, tomorrow has to close at 264. All right, if you look over there, you'll see it's 263 for the 8. We gotta close a couple cents over that, right? It'll still be a doji if it closes here, but yeah, I for sure want to close over the line than under the line. Nonetheless, doji doesn't count, and next week will matter more. But yeah, there's definitely some interesting things happening on these two for sure, all right? And again, what I've been saying is these two plus Guard Force and Bullfrog, the goal is basically just to see where the 4 of them are going to play out, all right? And I combined these two because honestly, they looked a little slower, but again, this thing dropped 14% and the other one drops 15%. How you can't call these losers. These are, I would make these recent runner videos. You know what I mean? Like a double-digit single day. Come on. That's monstrous. And don't get too greedy because you're seeing other silly numbers on other stocks. Like these are winners. And yeah, if you pick number 3 and number 4 out of the bunch, you'll still do pretty well. I promise you that. All right. So, hey, these are just my opinions. Let me know if you disagree with anything. Otherwise, you know I appreciate your time. Thank you.